So one thing I want to cover is this dirty little secret that most everyone doesn't know about vitamins. Being in the area of vitamins, you know, I'm able to have a chance to talk with manufacturing companies, and I don't know if you realize this, Karen, but 90% of all vitamins made are synthetic. They're not natural.
So what does that mean?
Well, if something's synthetic, it means that it's made artificially. It's made from petroleum.
How? How is that possible?
I know. It's weird. You could make vitamins. Dow Chemical Company is one of the main companies that makes synthetic vitamins. And so they have ways of synthesizing them or making them from petroleum. And like, for example, vitamin C. Like you bought some vitamin C before, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if you look at the label, it doesn't really tell you where it comes from. But the way they make vitamin C is from cornstarch and sulfuric acid. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So first of all, cornstarch has 0 vitamin C, okay? And sulfuric acid, no vitamin C. But if you combine these together, you make something called ascorbic acid. And what's happening over the years is we've redefined vitamins. Like ascorbic acid is only one little piece of the vitamin C complex. It's not the whole thing. And of course, people not knowing that, they think they're getting the full thing and they end up taking it but not seeing the results. So with working with people for many, many years, I find out the first thing is like, oh, you're taking synthetic vitamins, you don't even know it. And they're like, what? So there's a huge difference. It's like saying artificial flavoring is the same as natural flavoring. It's not.
Well, now that reminds me of something. I had a friend who was taking high doses of vitamin C, and she started to get broken capillaries in her nose.
Yeah. Well, that's a perfect example.
Why?
Normally, vitamin C is supposed to prevent capillary breakage or spider veins or varicose veins or bleeding gums. But if you take a synthetic, you actually cause that bleeding. And that's because the active ingredient in the vitamin C complex is rutin or bioflavonoids. It's not ascorbic acid. So vitamin C naturally has all these other things that you're not getting when you take the straight high potency ascorbic acid, and you end up creating deficiencies in the very thing you're trying to get rid of. So
we need a diagram.
Yes, well, I've just put a diagram up right back here. You can check it out between our heads. So right, there we go, good. So this is the vitamin C complex in nature. As you can see in this diagram, the outside of the shell is ascorbic acid. That's like the banana
eggshell.
Peel. Yeah, the eggshell to the egg, or the banana peel, or the orange peel. But the inside of the vitamin C complex, you have copper, which is a mineral. You have bioflavonoids, that's rutin. You have vitamin K, and you have vitamin J. And all of these inside complex parts.
Vitamin J?
Yeah, vitamin J is called the anti-pneumonia vitamin. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It actually helps you increase oxygen, especially when you're going up inclines. So if you're deficient in vitamin J, the J factor, you'll go up a flight of stairs and get out of breath easily. So now you're going to ask me about the copper too?
I did ask you about the copper.
Okay, good. That's a really good question. So I prompt that question, pull that out of her.
Thank you.
Copper is a real key trace mineral to build collagen. And collagen is what protects the capillaries. So when you're deficient in copper, you don't have enough collagen. So you have, popping joints, loose joints, weak ligaments, tendons, sagging skin, all sorts of issues. And even a loss of collagen in the arteries can cause leaky arteries and even leaky gut, nosebleeds, bleeding gums. But other than that, you're going to be pretty much okay.
Okay, so I have a question. So how is it that they can put this little portion of vitamin C, of the real vitamin C, in a pill and call it vitamin C?
Well, in 1950, if you look at some of the dictionaries before 1950 and after, they basically changed the definition of vitamin C to meaning, I don't know who they is, but meaning vitamin C is ascorbic acid, when in reality, in nature, vitamin C never comes as ascorbic acid in nature. That's just one little tiny part of the whole deal, the whole compound. So they basically changed the definition and altered that simply probably because most of the drug companies supply the raw materials for the synthetic vitamins. So it's a big business.
Okay, so all the vitamin C, not all the vitamin C, but most of the vitamin C in the store is not the whole vitamin C.
No, it's not.
So where do I get vitamin C is a whole vitamin C?
You always want to get vitamin C from food or food concentrates. Now, that's why, for example, I don't sell a multivitamin or a vitamin C.
Hey, I was going to ask you, why don't you sell a multivitamin?
You beat me to it, or actually I beat you to it.
It's question 4.
Well, because it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the person eating healthy. Even myself, back in my 20s, I was driving around trying to find a vitamin store, go in the store, buy all these vitamins. Remember that? I was like, we had a warehouse of nutrition, did we not?
Okay, we still do.
Okay, but before we had a lot more,
bigger
right?
Than ever. No,
but we mainly have our vitamins.
We were searching more. Now we know what's good, but back then we were searching.
I had an absence of awareness. I'd be in a vitamin store and I was tired. I'm like, maybe this will increase my energy. Maybe I need this. I've never heard about ginkgo biloba. Maybe I'll try that. And we kept buying more vitamins, and that didn't work because I really, at the time, I didn't know it, but nothing worked because my diet was crappy. I didn't know what to eat. So trying to get your vitamins on top of a bad diet, you're not going to see results. And that's why I don't have a multi. That's why I don't have vitamin C. I want you to consume real food to get that. The nutrition that we have fortifies different things. It handles different weaknesses within the body. It helps enhance things that are hard to get from our diet. So that's why, Karen.
Okay, so I had another question in there that I just forgot as you were talking.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding.
The Jeopardy theme song.
Ding, ding, ding.
I literally completely blanked out on that.
Well, we can talk about memory for the next topic.
No, here was the question. Because, you hear, D3 deficiency, or I have this deficiency or that deficiency. I'm just going to take some supplements. So does taking a supplement remedy a deficiency just by itself?
Well, yes and no. For example, it's very difficult to determine what you're deficient in because when you do a blood test, for example, in your blood and you measure, it might not show up because the real problem is in your cells, it's in the tissues. It's not showing up in the blood. Your body will do whatever it can to keep normal blood values. So that's the worst place to try to detect a vitamin deficiency. The best place is in your hair, doing a hair analysis. But even then, it might not show up until it's very deficient. So you really have to understand some of the symptoms that vitamin C deficiencies can create. And even then, that takes a lot of knowledge about the body. So I think the more...
So we're screwed, is what you're saying.
No, we're not screwed, because I think what we have to do is just start eating healthy.
Oh.
And we're going to get what we need. If you need vitamin D, for example, you're going to need about 20 minutes in the sun. That'll give you your whole day of vitamin D. But one of the challenges is people take vitamin D and they don't see any changes because they're not absorbing vitamin D. That's a really big point.
Okay.
So the question is, why?
I know why.
Okay.
But go ahead. I know this one. This one I know.
Okay, so why would someone not absorb vitamin D?
Because they don't have the K.
Oh, she does know that.
I watched your video.
She does know part
I
of
watched
this.
that one video.
Okay, good.
So, but don't go on about vitamin K and
Okay.
vitamin D. I have another question, because people are taking vitamins, maybe they're even eating the foods, but they're not handling their vitamin deficiency because the soil is so crappy.
Yeah, that. Don't get me started on that one.
I want to get you started on that one.
So the problem now in farming is they only put 3 minerals basically back into the soil. They're not putting all the trace minerals. You have like between 50 and 90 different minerals that you need in the soil. Even take a look at people that grow plants. I mean, the amount of problems that people have, like farmers that are growing plants that have brown leaves or yellow leaves or they're dying, or it's too small, or it's not bearing the fruit. Those are vitamin deficiencies. Well, what's happening when we're consuming that vegetation on the soil that's depleted? It's crazy. So
It's like you can taste it in those tomatoes that are just like
it's like wax.
no flavor at all. You just bite it. It doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't taste like anything. When I was growing up, we had a garden in the backyard, and we grew tomatoes. Everybody grew tomatoes. Everyone was like giving bags of tomatoes out. They were so red, and we would eat them like apples. We would just take a bite, put a little salt on it, and they were so delicious. And
Incredible.
I can't even consider doing that with a store-bought, even an organic one.
Well, even when we went to your old house that you grew up in, your friend down the street, right around the
Maria.
block, her father, we stopped there, and he had this
Mr. Yanis.
incredible tomatoes. Those are the best tomatoes that I've ever.
Yeah.
I still think about those tomatoes. I'm like,
They're
how do you?
really good.
They're so good. So you go to the store, it's like empty nutrition.
But you saw what he had. He had compost. They saved everything. They make their compost. They nurture the soil, and no chemicals.
There's nothing better than a good tomato, a healthy tomato.
There is nothing better in life
I
than
just
a good
love
tomato.
those tomatoes. Just
Nothing.
perfectly. Oh my gosh, they're good. A little
I could
basil.
probably think of a couple things.
Couple things.
Yeah.
Pecan pie. Non-sugar. Yeah, the soils are bad. Okay, so that's one thing.
Right.
And even if the soil that the farmer is growing the food on is not close to the ocean, you're not going to get iodine. So you're eating empty nutrition, and you're going to feel it's not going to be satisfying. Now, people in Europe, Russia, and different places, they come to America and they get fat, eating very similar foods. It's simply because the soils are empty. I mean, even I've talked to this guy, he's from Russia, and he came here, he just bloated out, and then when he goes home, he'll eat the same calories, he'd eat this food, and he's like, it's so much richer, it satisfies him, he's not hungry as much. So I really want to travel. I've never really too much been out of the country. I want to travel to check different places out for myself, or we want to do that. But the point is
He'll
that
go alone.
I'll be going by myself with a video camera.
Now he's going alone. No.
Now I'm going alone. But yeah, so it's the soil, but there's some other things, Karen. There's other things that are preventing the nutrients going in, even if you take the nutrients.
Enzymes.
How did you know that?
I got another one right.
You got another one right, yeah. So you cook the food. Too much cooked food destroys the enzyme. Now, what does that do? That means that now you're eating foods that are kind of dead. So now your body has to make the own enzymes to break that food down. And also, a lot of the vitamins are heat sensitive, like vitamin C. So when you're doing canned foods, like what is some canned beans?
Beans or yeah.
There's
That's all I
nothing
can
in
think
there.
of.
What
Cake.
about pasteurized orange juice? Hardly any vitamin C in there, if at all, unless they put it there synthetically. So when you pasteurize food, you cook it, you roast it, you heat it, it's dead. I'm sorry.
Well, when you put it that way,
Yeah,
it sounds really bad.
it's really bad.
That's why we need a cow.
We do need a cow, seriously, to get some, so we can milk the cow. Or actually, when I say
So we can,
I mean
me,
her in the morning. So we make the cheese and the butter.
yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. In your stomach, if you don't have enough acid in your stomach, like a lot of people have indigestion, acid reflux, as they get older, they lose the stomach acid. If you don't have that acid, you can't absorb minerals. You can't digest protein. So that's another way you could become deficient. It's very common. So let's say the elderly, they have anemia because they can't pull in iron because their stomach is too alkaline. So that's one thing.
So where do you get acid?
Well, you get it, your body makes it, but if you think about this, the acid in your stomach, it's hydrochloric, okay? Hydrochloric. The chloride in hydrochloric comes from sodium chloride, like in salt. Yeah. So people on low salt diets normally have low stomach acids. So you need the chlorides from the food, from salt.
But I thought salt wasn't good for you.
Mm.
Especially table salt.
Where did you hear that?
They.
Okay, then we know it must be true. Table salt is bad, but sea salt is really good. If you're on the keto and the intermittent fasting program, you need a teaspoon of salt every single day.
Meal.
And by the way,
day.
yeah, by the way, Karen, those cauliflower, the cauliflower that you made yesterday
Cauliflower mashed potatoes.
had
Cauliflower mash.
a lot of salt, but
No
I
potatoes.
loved it. It was great because sometimes it's kind of bland, but that was really enough salt for me.
Good.
It was really good. But the point is you need hydrochloric acid, but there's one more thing, Karen. And this is like very, very important. One is that insulin resistance, it's the pre-diabetic situation, that itself is blocking the absorption of nutrients. Potassium, protein, that's why a diabetic, their muscles start becoming flabby and they become weak. And as you clear that up with the keto intermittent fasting, you start absorbing more nutrients. Potassium, you get rid of fluid retention. I mean, that alone, just by fixing that one problem, just by not even taking nutrition, you'll get more nutrition from the food that you are eating.
Amazing.
That's right.
So it all comes back.
It all comes back full circle to getting the basics in, getting your diet corrected, not going out trying to find a vitamin to correct the symptom. And I think that leads me to the next topic, which is the problem with people using vitamins to fix symptoms. They're not looking at the cause of those symptoms. So they don't evaluate to know what's underneath them.
No, that's your job.
That's right.
That's why we pay you the big bucks.
That's why I have a lot of videos for free, Karen,
For free.
on nutrition and how to fix pretty much almost everything on your body. So when we get a lot of questions on Facebook and YouTube, a lot of these questions are already in a video that you may not have found. So if you just search for that topic / my name, you're going to find answers to everything, like
Everything.
Hashimoto's,
That was a question today. A lot of questions on that.
leg cramps,
Yep.
just pretty much everything.
Skin,
issues,
gallbladder,
little red dots on your
Missing.
skin, missing the gallbladder.
big one.
And that's, you know what? We should probably talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, because,
Were we done with vitamins?
well, that relates to vitamins.
Oh,
Now, Karen, the gallbladder, right? Do you
Yeah.
know what the gallbladder does?
it produces bile and stores bile.
Okay, so you got half of it right.
It stores bile.
Good. What makes the bile?
The liver.
Very good. Very good.
It's stressful.
Okay, question 2. Now, what does bile do?
Bile breaks down fats.
Wow, she's smart. Yeah.
You sound so surprised. Wow, she's really smart.
So bile helps you extract and pull the nutrients, the fat vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins are called, like vitamin A, D, E, and K. Okay, it pulls those out of the food. So that's what it does. So without enough bile, you're going to be deficient in vitamin
A, D,
D,
E, and K.
K. Good.
This is a draw.
Now, that might not be significant to you unless you know what that means with your body. So you're going to get night blindness, okay, number 1. You're going to have really scaly, dry skin. You're going to have bone loss.
Okay.
You're going to have bone pain. You're going to have a lot of hormone issues. You're going to have calcium buildup in the arteries from the vitamin K2 deficiencies. And you'll have bruising,
Wow.
okay? But you'll be fine other than that.
Now, what about people who don't have a gallbladder?
Then they're good to go, right? Because it was an extra organ. Now, so here's the situation. You don't have a gallbladder, so that means you can't store the bile anymore. That means you can't concentrate the bile anymore by 20 times normally that you need so you can actually really digest. So now you're going to have like weak bile and not enough of it. So now we have this tube from your liver that goes right to the small intestines and it just trickles down all day long. Not when you eat, but constantly. So you're going to be deficient in bile. Now you're not going to probably notice that right away. It's going to take some years to develop these deficiencies. So in that case, you're going to have to enhance the diet with some bile, okay? Some bile salts, purified bile salts. And that's what you're going to need, at least some on a regular basis, to make sure you have enough to pull that out of the fats that you eat.
And where do you get bile salt?
So you can get it online. There's a product that we have called Gallbladder Formula as well. It has a bunch of other things in there in addition to the bile salts as well.
Fascinating.
Isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So now the next question I wanted to ask you, Karen. So what was the first vitamin ever discovered?
I know this.
What?
A.
Wow, that's pretty good. What's the second one?
B.
Wow, how did you know that? And the third one?
How long have we been married? C.
This is amazing.
I know.
I've done probably like 4,900 different seminars in a row, and I always ask that question. No one has ever got that right. So well done, Karen.
Yes, thank you. I was at
You were at one of the first seminars.
3,700 of them, so.
You were at one of the seminars, at least one of them. That's right. Yeah.
So let's see. What else do people not know? They often ask about vitamins. Oh, well, I mean, basically, you deal with vitamins. You should deal with vitamins the same as you deal with food, right?
Yeah.
You want to eat real food, live food, whole, complete food, not nothing processed, stripped down, cooked, or man-made.
Right.
Unless, you know, like when I make pecan pie, I'm not looking for a vitamin source.
Right.
So that's different. But if you're talking about food, vitamins would be the same. They should be whole and real and live.
Right. And I think that if you're trying to get a certain nutrient from food, it might be helpful to understand what foods provide those nutrients, or at least a lot of them,
That
right?
sounds like a really long video.
I'm going to make it really, really short, and I'm going to summarize
Can
it.
it be in a song like the alphabet so that we can remember it?
I'll let you put that together, and we'll do that in the next updated version. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, good. So, here's the thing. When you're trying to get nutrients from the diet, there's foods that you eat that are very, very low on the list, and foods that you can eat that are very high on the list. So, let me just ask you. Let's pretend that you're an average
I have
person.
test anxiety right now.
Okay.
I need a vitamin
I have one.
for test
I have one.
anxiety.
Here, take one of these and call me in the
Oh,
morning.
props.
Call me in the morning.
Okay.
Hey, Karen, I have
Yeah.
a quiz for you.
Okay.
Okay, now out of all the category of foods, what category will give you the most vitamins of anything?
Category. Now, I need to understand the
Groups.
question. You mean like, is it a meat or is it
Yeah,
a
that's
fruit or is it a vegetable?
That's right.
Okay, well, I think vegetable is the obvious answer that everybody would say. I didn't say it. I said it would be the obvious answer,
Okay.
and you're testing me,
Okay.
which means because you're setting me up, right,
Yes.
for the gong. So I'm going to say fats, meats. Wait, what else is there?
Okay, good. So let me just tell you what it is, okay? So you would
It's
think...
always something I've never heard of.
So you
It's the illegal
No, you know about this. So you have vegetables, right? And then you have iceberg lettuce, which is not very high, right?
That's a vegetable.
Right. So that would be in the low on the scale, and then what would be high on the scale?
Of vegetables?
Yeah.
Kale.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And then you also have sprouts.
Yeah.
Sprouts are a little higher.
But that's a vegetable.
But there's something higher. Organ meats. Organ meats.
Right.
Organ meats. Who would ever think? Now, honestly, I don't like organ
There's
meats.
a reason why I didn't think of that.
I know. I don't really eat a lot of organ meats. I wish I liked them more, but I just can't.
We
'cause I
like
think I was forced.
pate.
Well, yeah, but not. I don't really like liver. I don't like the taste of it, but it's so good for you if you have grass-fed. I'm not talking about getting some processed, type organ meats. Now I'm not talking about that. But the point is that if you look
What
at
are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Tell me
the
what you're
fact
talking about.
that organ meats are rich in all the fat-soluble vitamins, iron, which is absorbable, vitamin A, which goes in like a rocket ship. Compared to vegetables, it's a pre-vitamin A. It's like a pre-iron. So now the problem is that
I never
Where
saw
you-
anybody get so excited.
I was excited about this.
so excited about
The question is, where could you find these organ meats?
our freezer.
Right, because we get them from a farm.
A farm.
Right.
Well, we do. I don't know if I can pitch, but we do crowd cow. It's
Okay.
like a cow, or it's like co-op, I guess, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they're all, mostly all really great farms, and no preservatives and grass-fed and things like that. And then you can buy the organ meats from there, and we have that in our freezer.
We have some very delicious liverwurst, okay? Now, I'm going to put a link down below of where we got this. It's from an online grass-fed type farm. Karen doesn't really enjoy it as much as the original liverwurst that she was raised
I grew up
on.
in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
And, you know, you go down to the local, I was going to say cafe, but the diner, right? And you get a liverwurst sandwich. And it's like a chunk like this of liverwurst on rye with yellow mustard and a big old slab of onion.
great for your breath.
And it's horrible for your breath. But the liverwurst is so creamy, and I don't know, that combination, I just really
like it.
I really like it. But then he brought home a primo liverwurst, and I knew it was going to be a different experience the minute he said that it's a little more fibrous. Now, I can't think of one thing where you add that adjective and you go like, oh, great.
It's not as creamy.
nothing.
It's not like a pate. It's more like it's a combination of liver and heart.
Yeah.
And it might have some kidney in there. So anyway, yes, it sounds disgusting, but it's all grass-fed. And
My dad would like it if he was around.
it's just really, really healthy. It was really healthy. That's why I was eating it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
So if you like liver, you're going to like this. Typically, on average, an average person would like this. But, I mean, if you like it creamy, you know.
Okay, we're done talking about liver now. I have something else to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You've mentioned several times today iron. And then when we were doing the other show, a lot of people are asking about the sea kelp and keto. And so what do they have to do with each other? And what does it have to do with your body? Why is iron a big deal, and how do you get it? And
Unfortunately, all the vegetables that you eat have iron in it, but it's
unfortunate?
unfortunately it has a type of iron that is not in the active form that's in red meat and protein sources. So you're getting this kind of like, you could just look at it like a pre-vitamin iron. So it's different. I'm not going to get into the technical part, but if you have an iron deficiency and you're anemic and you consume like rare steak or liver or liverwurst, you're going to get a way better source of available iron to your body than you would get from eating spinach. And that's the point, especially if you're anemic. If you're a vegetarian and you can't do that, there's a big problem, because you're not going to find that special activated iron that is in red meat. And the more rare it is, the more available it is.
So, but now you touched on something is a hot subject, right?
What's that?
Is this eating meat and the whole thing? I mean,
Yeah.
very hot subject. So people have said they get all the nutrients they need in beans.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I always like to ask them, you get your vitamin A from beans? Well, it has to be activated. You're not getting retinol. You're getting a pre-vitamin A that has to be converted in the body. So if you're living on vegetable sources for your vitamins, then you're only getting maybe 3 to 4%, if you're lucky, of that vitamin A. Same thing with the iron, you're not getting the full scoop. And also vitamin B12. Now, I will say this, if you're doing certain type, like even the wheatgrass juice has a lot of B12. You can do also spirulina or chlorella. These are like blue-green algae type products. What's interesting is like there is no B12 in that vegetation at all. It's the microbes that are living around that algae.
It's their poop.
Yeah, it's the waste product from microbes that are making the B12.
I'm going to have a t-shirt like that.
Okay, you do that.
I love microbe poop. or something
I think you'll sell a lot of this if you want to sell them. Oh, you just want to wear it?
I'm going to sell them. No,
Okay.
I just think it's a funny concept.
It is a funny concept, but getting back on topic here, getting back on track.
What is that supposed to mean?
The microbes that live. This explains the next concept of sterilization, like having your food so sterilized and cooked and pasteurized versus like really good, like the wheatgrass juice powder we have. It's raw, it's hardly heated at all. There's friendly microbes living around that. It's very beneficial, and that's what's giving you the B12. That's very exciting. So that's one nutrient that a vegan could get easily. But vitamin A is difficult, iron is difficult. So they may need to enhance their diet.
And where do you get the iron?
If you're a vegan?
Or not.
Okay, if you're not, you're
'Cause
going to
you've
get it
been
from
mentioning it a lot.
you're going to get a ton from liverwurst.
Right, what if we
and
don't do that?
Then do meat, do steak, beef.
And then what
lamb.
about a vegetarian?
Well, you're going to have to find a good natural source and supplement because you're not going to be able to get it from the food.
And then what about sea kelp? Does that give a...
Sea kelp is really, really good. It's like a vegetable that lives in the water. It has all the trace minerals that you really need, and it has minerals, and it has protein. I mean, it's really wonderful, but it's mainly going to be a good thing for your trace minerals.
And does that have iron?
Adds a little bit, but it's not in the active form that you need to build blood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And iodine?
It has tons of iodine that you need to help your thyroid and also to regulate estrogen.
But you can get too much iodine.
You can get, if you take too much, of course you're going to get too much iodine, but if you take it in sea kelp, small amounts, you're going to get enough, and you're not going to have to worry about it unless you already have a condition called hyperthyroidism.
That's a big word. We're not going to talk about
We're
that.
not going to go down that road.
We're not going to go down it.
But on that note, Karen,
Yeah.
I think we're going to end off because we gave a lot of information, and I don't want to give people information overload.
That is good that you aren't going to do that.
Up on that.
You picked up on that one. Okay, good. Well, then that's your dose.
That's right. Your daily dose.
Your weekly dose.
That's right.
The daily dose of Dr. Berg.
Oh, that could be the name of this. All right, guys.
I am invisible.
All right. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.